Hey guys, Joe Eppele from The Edge here, and I'm just getting home from an elk hunt, and I'm going to be starting to switch gears over into mule deer. So as I'm getting ready, I'm going to do a bit of a quick bag dump for you guys to see what I bring with me on a typical day hunt. So first and foremost, bottoms up, I start with my Brickstall Mountain SFs here. This is what I'm running on a daily basis still right now. My feet run pretty hot, so I don't need much insulation, and I like a stiffer boot. So I'm going to run these things right up until probably early to mid-November. Early to mid-November, as we start getting into the deep snow, I'll probably switch over to the guides or potentially the Wild Rock Pluses, depending how fast that winter hits us. But that's what I run with my base. And then with my pack here, on my left side here, I always pack my spotter right here. I'm still using a pretty high objective, high magnification spotting scope this time of year, because I'm going to be picking through those trees looking for those bedded muleys. My spotting or my tripod is my Spartan Precision Mountain Ascent. It's actually what's on the phone's on right now, so I can't show you that one. Inside my bag this time of year, I'm still running a bladder until we get into freezing temperatures. Then I'll switch over to a hardened Nalgene. But for ease of use and just packability, I run a bladder as long as I can before I have to worry about it freezing up. On my shoulder strap over here, I carry my Inreach for GPS messaging. I always keep it right on my side here for quick access in case I tumble or anything goes wrong. In the pouch right here, this is my kill kit. This has got my replaceable knife, my replaceable blade knife, my knife with my father's ashes, and then my emergency headlamp. This one is a light, small headlamp that always stays in here fully charged. I only use that in an emergency situation if my other headlamp dies. Inside my pack, I've got a synthetic layer. I run synthetic most of the time, and that is purely because when you're wearing synthetic, you can dry out your gear using body heat. You're not worried about moisture. So if I hike into an area and I'm a little moist, I'll take all my layers off other than my base layer, throw my synthetic on. That will pull the moisture out, dry that layer, and then I'll work my way through all my layers until everything's nice and dry. Then you can layer up. Next in my bag, I'm always going to carry a rain jacket with me. Depending on the forecast, I'll throw in my rain pants, but regardless of what the forecast is, I always have a rain jacket in my bag. Then we go down, and I've got game bags here. Rather than carrying a full game bag set, what I typically bring is one small game bag for the heart and tenderloins, and then one big elk quarter game bag. This is going to carry a full deboned mule deer. So rather than a bunch of smaller bags, I just bring one big bag because I know I can pack that whole sucker out. Then down here, oh, here it is. I've got my Possibles pouch. This has got my super glue, my waterproof kin tape for blisters or any muscle strains. And the super glue is great for any cuts. I've used it on some pretty deep gashes. It's not going to fix it permanent, but it'll get you through long enough to get some help. I've also got a flint in here as well as some fire starter. And that's just basically my emergency kit right there. I also have some iodine tabs in here for water as well, I believe. Then we get to the front pouch. I've got a toque or a beanie and some warm gloves in here. I've got some Lara bars for snacking, and I've got some salt tabs. Salt tabs are just what the ultramarathon runners use when they're running and help get you rehydrated. I cramp quite easily, so those work out really well for me. And then, yeah, that, and then I always bring some sort of sweet snack to be snacking on because you're going to be spending a lot of time sitting and glassing. These suckers right here, if you haven't tried them, they are absolutely deadly. Then this front pouch here is my shooting pouch. Inside my shooting pouch, I have my Kestrel, which has got my gun setup in there. I've got 4 extra rounds. Those rounds are on top of the rounds that my gun's already carrying. I've got my primary headlamp. This one stays locked and gets used. This one I burn out before I ever touch my emergency headlamp. Then I've got my tags. In the next pouch right here, sometimes in that pouch I'll have a backup battery for my rangefinder as well, which I'll carry on my chest. And that covers that pouch right there. And then lastly, on the front here, I'll carry my bipod on the front for quick access. And then sometimes it's still in here for my elk hunt, but I'll also pack my Steri pen. You'll notice all of my electronics are rechargeable. Early season, I'll carry a solar panel with me. Late season, I'll bring a pre-charged battery bank and a few charging cables. That's a lot easier than carrying around a whole bunch of different size batteries. So I just try and make sure all my electronics are the same charging system. And that way I just have to bring one backup charging bank and that'll charge everything up for me. But that's typically what I pack for my average day hunt. As we get later into the year, I'll start bringing my jet boil and I'll start packing like a peak dinner, some coffees or teas. That way you can heat up on the hill while you're glassing as well. But yeah, more or less that's what I'll be running for the next few months here, right up until the tail end of season. So I hope you guys are all getting ready and prepping for your upcoming season. Best of luck out there. All the best.